No, I know a lot of you have seen Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, and a lot of you were offended by it. I put a lot of heart and soul into reading that terrible, terrible story. But you know what? It's too offensive, and I feel bad for the kids who watched that video. The kids were like, "I love Gravity Falls," and I felt so bad. And then I knew I had to find a kid-friendly version of Dipper Goes to Taco Bell because the kids are the future. And if you don't make kids like your videos, then you're not going to be making any money on YouTube. And I thought, if I can't sell my videos to kids, then what kind of monster am I? I'm a poor monster. That's what kind of monster am I. And I want to be a rich monster. So we're going to do Dipper Goes to Taco Bell for kids. It was a normal day in Gravity Falls, Oregon. Well, as normal as Gravity Falls gets anyway. Dipper Pines was reading his book, and Mabel, his twin sister, was wondering what he was doing.
Dipper, are you gonna keep your nose buried in that strange book of yours all summer? You gotta go out, have an adventure!
Mabel exclaimed.
Not now,
Dipper said quietly. I burped there. I'm sorry. I'm leaving you that in. The effort in this video is fabulous.
I'm trying to decode this.
He was looking at a cryptogram that said, Dipper was officially stumped. He could not figure out what it meant, and it seemed very mysterious to him.
Uncle Santa's gonna take us to the diner for lunch, Dipper,
Mabel exclaimed. Dipper, however, was not in the mood for the diner. He was publicly humiliated the last time he went, and forgot the food wasn't very good anyway.
Mabel, I don't want to go to the diner,
Dipper said solemnly.
I want to go somewhere else. But there is really nothing else in town unless you count the Taco Bell near the forest,
Mabel replied. Taco Bell? Dipper's ears perked up. He had never eaten at Taco Bell before, and ever since last week he had a craving for Mexican food for some reason. Why don't we go to Taco Bell today? Dipper asked.
Taco Bell?
Grunkle Stan questioned.
Why do you want to go there? It smells like the bathroom when it gets clogged.
I had my heart set on pancakes, Mabel moaned.
Listen, you can go to Taco Bell if you want to, but don't come crying to me when you smell like expired onions.
Fine, I will. Dipper said harshly. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Grunkle Stan said, but as he was exiting the mystery shack, the door hit him on the way out. Said Grunkle Stan. He was laughing. So anyways, Mabel and Grunkle Stan went to the diner while Dipper tried to find the Taco Bell. He had brought with him his book and a couple bucks, but finding the Taco Bell was harder than he had previously thought. He had been looking around town for what seemed like days. The mystery book wasn't helping him either, until he saw a flicker of a sign in the forest. He went into the forest. Why would there be a Taco Bell in the forest? Dipper asked himself. After hiking for about an hour, Dipper finally got to the Taco Bell, but it sure didn't look like any Taco Bell he'd ever seen. It was surrounded by a barrage of giant oak trees in an open field, completely different from the rugged terrain of the Oregon forest. The open field was covered with at least 3 layers of pine needles, which got the attention of Dipper Pines. He stuck his hand into the pine needles. Ow, Dipper shouted. A pine needle poked him. It hurts. The restaurant, Taco Bell, looked like a silo, sort of. Well, it was very cylindrical. The outside had rusty picnic tables, and it looked like no one used them at all. Dipper walked up to the restaurant's door. Should I go in there? Dipper asked himself. I'm starting to have second thoughts. Why is there a small, desolate Taco Bell in this forest, miles from the nearest road? But I guess it's my only option. Mabel and Grunkle Stan are probably done with lunch right now. And they were. Mabel wondered why Dipper hadn't come back yet, but Grunkle Stan didn't give a damn. So Dipper entered the restaurant, but he was relieved to see that the interior was normal except for its high selling. There were also no customers inside, but Dipper thought that was normal, considering how the franchise was so isolated. He went up to the counter. There was only one cashier working the registers, a very old, slightly deaf, bored out of his skull cashier. Dipper decided what he wanted to order, then approached the register. Excuse me,
We only have tacos!
The cashier interrupted. Okay, I guess I'll have a taco then, Dipper said. What do you say? The cashier yelled.
I said I want a taco!
Dipper yelled back. Okay, then. The cashier said, then went back for a few minutes. When he came out, he was carrying Dipper's taco.
That'll be $1,
the cashier said. Dipper gave him the money, and he went to sit down at the least grimiest table. He bit into the hot, spicy, juicy taco filled with thick, pure meat, mild, tantalizing black beans, and sour, fluffy sour cream. He enjoyed the single bite of that perfectly cooked taco, and still tasted it in his mouth after he swallowed it. But as he was about to bite into it a second time, he felt a churning movement inside his body, something that he had felt often. Uh-oh, Dipper said, then rushed to find the lavatory. Man, that really went through me, Dipper said to himself. For some reason, the bathrooms were hidden in a corner far from the counter and far from the table he was sitting at. When he walked in, he found that the bathrooms were surprisingly clean for a fast food restaurant anyway, and Dipper found this suspicious. All of the stalls were full and no one was using the urinals, but right on cue, someone walked out of one of the stalls. Dipper didn't pay much attention to who was walking out, but he was wearing all black and had a plastic bag with him. Dipper just had to go. He used the bathroom in the nick of time. He finished his taco and he went home. The end! That's it. Thank you for watching. You know what? Since kids are money and money is fabulous, I'm going to have my little sister read my end credits. So here we go.
Thank you for watching. Please watch my Bobo's other videos.
They're also things.
There's also things.
Thank you so much, Boo Boo.
Thank you so much, Boo.
No, you're not supposed to say that. All right, go upstairs, you weirdo.
If you want to watch Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, the original one, click up in the top right corner. If you want to watch a video that has nothing to do with my channel whatsoever, click in the bottom left corner. And if you want to buy shirts and shit, click up in the top left corner. All right, goodbye.